Good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to New York session. I hope you're doing well. So we are looking at the dollar index, and we had a shift this morning going above this New York session, movement down. They managed to close above it, so I'm kind of expecting price to trade to this volume imbalance over here, which on the H4 it looks like this. So this New York session, between that time of the day, same thing, I'm expecting higher prices. That can be in the form of just a scalp. Okay, a scalp from here to here, and then potentially there, and then that's it. All right, so that's what that I'm looking for today. And the opposite of it is euro going down. So this is what I have for euro. I'm expecting euro to also trade down to this New York session high right here. And the entry is this fair value gap. I've already highlighted it. Okay, that's the entry. Now time is not up yet, so we sit and wait. When it's 2 or when it's 5 minutes to 2, then you start looking for the entry. Now that might mean price might start rejecting, but wait for a fair value gap to form during that window. So between the 2 and 5, wait for a fair value gap. If we've moved away from this level, wait for a fair value gap to form, then sell that. If not, maybe we'll still be here by 2. Then you sell it, put your stop loss there, and then let price do what its thing. Okay, so this afternoon, that is the trade idea that I think would be better to be engaging with. I don't like British pound, but you can also trade British pound. The same narrative. You're expecting them to take out this equal low. So same thing. Either you sell where we are or wait for exactly 2, and then wherever we are you look for a fair value gap. So it's either by 2 we are still here, or we start moving down, then look for a fair value gap to form, and then you use that as your as your entry. Australian dollar, I don't think you want to take this because they've moved down already, so it's not good trade. New Zealand dollar, same thing, they've moved down already, it's not a good trade. So the euro and the pound, in my opinion, are the go-to for today. Another trade, crude oil. Yesterday I was looking forward for them to go up one more time into the previous week high before going down, but it didn't do it. During the New York section they actually dropped, so I highlighted this gap for a potential entry for today, and it didn't quite get there. They used the one that formed here, so I woke up landing to see the drop, hence this was the entry that I got selling this, my stop loss, and I'm targeting somewhere down here. So there's still room to the downside, and this New York session you want to look for a continuation to the downside to this area here. Let me zoom in. This level, that's where we are targeting. So during this New York session, which is from 2, look for a move to that level. ES is also, it's gone. Okay, so I highlighted that area for 2 p.m. but you can see they've moved away from it. I was looking forward for price to reject during the session, and I'll look for a trade, but it's still, still open because we've not started the session yet, so they can come back up and take out the high and then still go down. In terms of targets, I think we'll be going somewhere here. Now, remember I said we are likely going to be turning around and continue going down, come all the way down. So this low, these lows, this low, that low, those are all targets for price. And then the imbalances that resides within them, they are all going to be where price might pull back when they get there. And I think yesterday I discussed that they were likely going to break this because this move to the upside more or less was like manipulation, because they engineered it to go up. Most people will be excited to buy this, so they trap them. The move, this aggressive move to the downside, is what I was looking for here. Okay, this move here, it should have happened up there. Now what I did, I actually got a buy, a beautiful trade before the move to the downside happened. Let me show you. So during the New York session, you can see here we had a move down, taking out this low, breaking structure, leaving a fair value gap. So I bought that, and then I targeted this equal high, I think this high. Yeah, let me activate the trade idea so you can see. Yeah, I think it was this one. So I placed the buy limit here, and then I exit there with my stop loss below, I think here. Price came, hit it, went up, and then I got out, then the collapse happened. Okay, so that was a nice trade. I was not expecting price to continue going up. It was just the fact that I saw they were going to come and clean out all these highs here. Initially I was aiming for this one and that one, but we had a London session high here, so that is basically what I aimed for, plus all the gaps above it. Then got out, and then we just had the drop. So after the drop, I was happy because now we've got a confirmation that we are going to continue going lower. So today I actually was looking forward to trade this for New York session, and then they've dropped. But it's not end of the story. I think when New York opens, we might pull back. When that pullback happens, the continuation to the downside will by all means create a fair value gap. Okay, the continuation to the downside might all means create a fair value gap. When it does, look to sell and target these levels that I've given. So what I mean is, when it's 2, you might see price coming back up and it will start rejecting. When it start rejecting on the 5 minutes or on the M15, look for a fair value gap, wait for a pullback to it, and then sell short to continue going down. All right, so that is that for ES. Let's go to gold. Okay, so gold, I think I'm expecting higher prices to trade up here. We've taken our previous day's low. We've just rejected and traded above this down candle. Now, I'm not really convinced, but you know, you can use it for now as a entry to go up here. We'll trade up here. So you're buying this order block to trade up there. Okay, that's all you can do for today. Why? We opened, we went up, 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 up. So they might be forming the high today, which is doing the New York session. So if you see it screaming up, be careful. If you're not buying down here, don't buy it up there. I'm not even convinced that we will go back up further for this week. Maybe next week, because the week is closing like this. So next week we are likely gonna continue going up, but not this week. Hence, movement to the upside might be limited. Okay, but this can be a good trade, which is they go back one more time up to kill anyone that is short, then they'll be done. Okay, let's move on to the ES. I'm sorry, let's move on to the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so far AI16 is still struggling to go above this gap, but you know, I think we will trade through it because Bitcoin, almighty Bitcoin, has made all-time highs again, as we wanted to see. But just be mindful, like I said, this gap, it's likely gonna be traded to next month. We've made a new high, all-time highs again, right? So that has activated these 2 down candles as a reaccumulation. So the next month candle is likely, high probability it might come back down before resuming going up. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see if there's an example somewhere. Something like this, right? I wouldn't be surprised to see a big rejection, come back to it, and then expand. Yeah, same thing. So again, do not chase what is happening now. Highlight this gap. If this week confirms, then this will become a nice fair value gap for the next month low to form in. And with that confirmation, I think Ethereum will also continue going up. Solana will keep going up to the levels that I've given. So go back to previous sessions and then check. I've given the levels that price is gonna reach for. Hype will make a new all-time highs again, but again they can form a gap. Now we still have 1 week to go, which is next week, and that next week candle can go up and the month will end. If we do get that, then this will be the gap, because it will create another gap here. So same thing applies to Bitcoin, right? If we next week candles close bullish again, then we will use this one to anticipate the low of June forming in here and then expanding up again. Okay, so it's not all lost that we will drop here. Depends on how the last week candle is gonna trade, because this will be a gap within May, and that will also be a gap within May. XRP, we will be reaching for these upside objectives. I think I like XRP. It took our previous week low and it's rejecting, so the upside still remains. Only pair struggling right now is the 2. It's not moving. It's stuck in that range, which is a little bit worrying, because if Bitcoin is moving higher, if Solana is moving higher, this is supposed to be moving, but it's not. But it's at a level that it should be doing it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a sudden shoot or a sudden expansion in price. So look out for that. That's what I'm expecting this to do. And then the 2, as we pointed out, they need to come back down one more time to take out this low, and then immediate rejection. So the 2, look for that low to be taken, and then immediate rejection. If you get that immediate rejection, try and buy as much as you can if you like it. I'm not gonna convince you to do it. You can read about the project and then buy if you want to, because after the rejection we might start screaming higher because of Bitcoin being bullish. Solana gonna go up, all the cryptos might sustain the upside, and this one will be included as well. Okay, so that is that from the crypto side. I'm really interested in AI16Z. Okay, that has been my baby since the start of the year. Okay, so this is the go-to for me. This is the go-to. On the H4, they've managed to close above the gap, so that's a positive sign. We did reject it earlier yesterday, now we're above it, so that's a positive sign. Okay, you should see momentum, big candles going up with this. All right, so back to this. I think the euro has started moving. It's not time yet. We've got about almost 26 minutes to go. So like I said, when the time comes, just be on the M15 or the M5. If we create any fair value gap, use that to sell short. In the meantime, this is your level for entry, so you can place a sell limit there with your stop loss, looking for that. But when the time comes and we create a gap, use the gap for the entry. Okay, so that's pretty much it for now. Like I said yesterday, right, today is likely gonna give us something, and there you go. Okay, patience pays. Now, personally, this high to this low, right, OTE will be the entry, so you can place a sell limit at 618 and then forget about it, and you're trading down here. All right, So I will see you same time tomorrow, Friday. And then yeah, and tomorrow I'll actually discuss why patience pays, and why, being patient and waiting for one high probability setup, or two high probability setup for the week is all that you need to be profitable. We'll discuss that tomorrow. Until then, have fun. See you tomorrow.